could get some guidance from the old-fashioned parables. So I'm going to tell you a parable now. I hope you find it beneficial. Here it is. There was once a large, lazy grasshopper. All spring, summer, and fall he leaped about from one blade of grass to another. Meanwhile, a colony of tiny ants labored at the base of the tall grasses that bent beneath his weight. These ants worked prodigiously day in and day out in order to get enough to eat and maintain their colony and store up food for the winter. They were always exhausted. The grasshopper disdained the ants, whom he dismissed as losers. He had no use for losers. He considered himself to be a winner because he had inherited long hopping legs that allowed him to travel great distances and jump to great heights, while the ants struggled and were sometimes crushed beneath his tremendous weight whenever he leaped to the ground. But the grasshopper was not satisfied with his life. He wanted recognition. The ants were too busy eking out a living to notice what a winner he was. So he began to show off for the ants. "Hey," he yelled at them in his raspy grasshopper voice. "Look up. Look at how big and green I am. See how I could crush you in a single bound? You couldn't do that, could you?" The weary ants looked up. They had to agree, no, they couldn't. "Wouldn't you like to be as big as me and leap around and crush others when they got in your way?" "Believe me, it's a lot of fun." Well, the ants thought, yeah, maybe they would like to do that, but how could they? They were very small, and they were too busy earning a living. "Listen to me," said the ant. "I know more about earning a living than any creature alive." Well, he had their attention now. They began to take off time from storing up food for the winter in order to gather around and listen to the grasshopper. "You know why you can't leap around and crush others when they get in your way? You know why you have to work all the time with no time for leaping?" "Why?" they asked. "Because you're losers." "What? Losers?" they exclaimed, indignant. "No, I said you're winners, being held down by losers." "Oh, that's what you said? Well, that's okay then. But now, who are these losers who are holding us down?" "You name it. Bees, butterflies, slugs. They're all invading your territory, taking what should be yours." The grasshopper was improvising now. What he said didn't really make sense, but he was enjoying himself. "I tell it like it is," he said. "He tells it like it is," they repeated. It sounded good. Winter was approaching, and now that he had their attention, the grasshopper was counting on the ants to store up food for the winter on his behalf. "All you have to do is work together," he told them. "You're good at that. And don't take any back talk from the bees, butterflies, and slugs. Show 'em who's boss. Take 'em down. A swarm of ants can strip a butterfly of legs, wings, and antennae in 2 seconds flat." "Whoa, he tells it like it is," they said to each other. When winter came, the ants found that there was no food left for themselves. Somehow the grasshopper had appropriated it all. However, having reminded them of how a swarm of angry ants can take down bees, butterflies, and slugs, he had failed to consider what they would do when they realized they had put all their faith in a lazy, narcissistic, double-dealing grasshopper. They would start with his long hopping legs. It would not be a pretty sight.